The deep sea is a hidden magical world. People are fascinated by this world, and this is a place with countless rich ecosystems. Beneath the deep and pitch black water, this area still holds so many secrets. The lost world of these giants is hidden deep under the ice of the North and South Poles. These creatures have adapted spectacularly. Without the warmth of the sun, they form extremely large biological communities that we are only explore. This video takes you on a tour. Delve into the closer look at what is hidden in this place. Life at the Earth's poles can be extremely difficult. Winters are long and cold, bringing with them bitter winds. Frost blows across the already gloomy landscape of these areas. Temperatures will plummet to negative numbers when winter's night can last for months as the sea ice overcomes far from the left coast as far both polar regions, and is a feature that does not important role in the ecological characteristics. Low temperatures in the necessary regions and helps regulate. Its white surface reflects sunlight and radiates it back into space. Without this vast white area, the sunlight and warming drive ecosystems around the world into vital to many surface-dwelling organisms. Landscapes. This mortar contains an astonishingly rich diversity. Below the surface of the ice in the far north, where the polar bear's essential prey is on which these solitary hunters depend largely, there lives on the white plains in search of breathing holes where their seal prey emerges from the water. In Antarctica, the ice surface is equally important to seals, and birds tie their wings, searching for solid lands of this place to carry out the because the sea is also home to a diverse community of microorganisms and invertebrates. These organisms support the entire food web in the undersurface areas of rimless sea ice, such as on sea ice. In these areas, the ice has many crevices and cavities. Another planet, this space was formed when pockets of salt water formed another. This is the perfect habitat for algae and bacteria. It is appropriate to wait patiently for majestic ocean feast. Some channels are large enough to provide refuge for organisms larger than crustaceans and small worms. Clinging to the safety of these bamboo shoots professionally, like the way humans or animals on the ground in them die. Stop mollusks eating plankton and some plants such as seaweed due to its rich food source found under the layer. A key species here, it is located in the Arctic Ocean, has a biological community flourished in a world without sunlight from behind the sea of eating theme to the dominant copper species. Constant state of conflict with no sea snow below the flats for all what lies above is a thick layer of ice that blocks sunlight. As a result, most animals must survive by hunting. Even the specialized sea angel of the ocean is no exception. Don't let its innocent appearance fool you. This animal eats even its close relatives. See, around the poles there are a number of hidden ocean niches that play an important role. Nutrients and organisms with an area of 480,000 kilometers v added Ross ice is the largest floating ice gift on Earth, and it conceals an ocean cavity extending 700 kilometers. This area remains a mystery that has not yet been. Recently, the Antarctic abyss has become the find what might exist down there. Many people believe that the depths are not great. Find nothing more than a deep ocean, biological dead zone. Around Namkan is a unique place where the weight of the ice sheets has pushed the submerged continent further down. Places normally the continental shelf lies at a depth of 100 to 200 meters, but here we have to search down to a depth of 600 meters. Wide open space below this is the mouth, leading into an area that is dangerous not for marine life. The water temperature near the surface here is not too different from the frigid depths, which means that the deep sea creatures can reach shallower areas, so a magical world awaits us to explore these biological communities. That quiet ships, they seem to be in another world, very different from our world. Oxygenated waters support a lot of life. This is made possible by the freezing of Antarctic seawater in the winter. Now what's left is a salty, polar water. In good times this water sinks in this mysterious world, providing oxygen to the deep waters throughout Antarctica and preventing those deep areas from becoming interesting. That this is where the most oxygenated water on the planet is concentrated, hidden under. Creatures take full advantage of this natural advantage. Underneath, sea creatures with legs up to 40 centimeters long, the lack of a respiratory system in growing to large in most areas of the world, but here, under oxygen-rich environmental conditions, they have growing to a typical example of the manifestation of marine invertebrates that grow into regions need to have a live in other places. This phenomenon can also be seen in many giant sponges to meters high cling to rocks under the sea floor. These large rocks have fallen down from flat, providing a rocky habitat on soft mud for filter-feeding species to cling to and use. They successfully invaded this area. They gave birth to grow thanks to the small amount of food. The environment, which for other animals is extremely different, however, grow very slowly, they have evolved. Unlike most other ecosystems, but very few fish species are home struggle to survive in the freezing temperatures. There is a prehistoric world dominated by giant, non-living animals. Traps mollusks accidentally with their small pincers. Some fish species living here have had to find unique creative ways to. Ice arowana has evolved an anticoagulant protein to prevent the body from sub-zero temperatures. The creatures here belong to a community that has been isolated from the millions of years because powerful southern ocean currents swirl around the closed continent by creating a spreading beyond their isolation, led to the diversity we see today. The region's most unique creatures have evolved to live in subterranean habitats. Overall, the Sea of Sorrows found beneath hidden wonders and creatures unlike any found elsewhere. This is because they are isolated in a pocket of chaos, living the oxygen, a peaceful and stable cradle of life, but currently they are threatened by a danger called humans. Climate warming also contributes to the disturbance of this ancient world, allowing south or north then. They would normally be able to, the balance of an uncertain future. We are at risk, lost one of the before we understood its significance, and what impression do you get of the creatures' lives beneath these mysterious layers of ice? Please give your opinion in the comments below.